I was born in Terengganu, Malaysia, for a very poor family. I set up my own firm called the Target Asset Management. I run the business for 20 over years, being quite successful in this business. At the age of 60, I reflect back, what is life all about and what should I do next? So I've decided then to set up a foundation, which I call it the Silent Foundation.
So when the Silent Foundation was started by my father, he asked me to join the Silent Foundation, and I was actually quite happy about that, because it was something that I've always wanted. I used what I had studied, what I had learned, to see how you can make life better.
One fundamental principle of value investing: buying cheap, good stock, which often be overlooked. So when I want to do philanthropy, I think of same thing, that I should help this overlooked sector. So our philanthropy focus is to help environment, voiceless, although they suffer a lot of destruction. And in the human area, I dedicate to minority race, and then later on into refugees. We dedicate to helping the overlooked causes that's overlooked by the society, which I term it as silent suffering. In the environmental area, I also witness in Terengganu, where I come from, giant leatherback turtle has gone extinct. So I also dedicate to do work for animals. We work closely with organizations like WWF, and also later on with Greenpeace and other organizations.
When WWF decided to set up an office in Singapore, this was way back in 2006, Mr. Teng was one of the founding members of WWF in Singapore. But he did not stop there. He has also been a founding member of many of our conservation initiatives in Singapore, but across the region. I still remember Mr. Teng telling me at a meeting, Vivek, if you are working on a really important initiative to conserve nature and you can't find someone that can support you in the early stages, make sure you come to the Silent Foundation. In the Mekong River region, the Silent Foundation supported a scientific study that looked at a very interesting balancing act that we are faced with now. Mongolia, as we know, is a very biodiverse region. The Silent Foundation came in as a key supporter of WWF's Eco Clubs program, which is run in schools in this UNESCO World Heritage Site. We believe that conserving nature is not just about nature. It is actually about the people and the communities that call that nature home.
So on environment and conservation, we fund projects within Southeast Asia and a few countries outside of what we call the emerging Asian countries. So we do some landscape conservation, basically different habitats conservation, as well as certain cases also species conservation.
Greenpeace is an environmental organization that believes in the power of people to drive change. So for nearly a decade, the Silent Foundation has been an integral part of Greenpeace's presence in the region. This partnership has strengthened our ability to take impactful action. The Saving Papua Paradise Forest project is about defending Papua's forest from illegal land grabs and corporate exploitation. With the Silent Foundation support, we've conducted field investigation, exposed government and corporate collusion and corruption, and taken legal action to protect indigenous lands. We are privileged to have Mr. Teng and the Silent Foundation as partners who share our values so deeply and are committed to making a difference.
You know, it shows that if you give nature a chance, nature will come back. And the happy thing is, we received reports recently that now that those trees that have been replanted and were protected, so the trees are now mature enough to support them as a habitat area.
Minority race is important to me because of my background. I come from Malaysia. I know race problem is a very serious problem, and normally you don't see it, but when it happens, it can be very grave consequence. So I pick on race and religious harmony as one of my main themes, and with the aim to try to bridge the gap to promote more understanding among races.
I'm head of the social lab at the Institute of Policy Studies, which is part of the National University of Singapore. Decade, the Institute has been involved in research on issues to do with race and religion and intergroup cohesion. Silent Foundation funds two important programs. One, the IPS program for race, religion and intergroup cohesion, and the other one, which is the IPS Thought Leadership Forum on Race and Religious Harmony. We were able to realize this project of coming out with workshops that truly were immersive. We're able to use virtual reality that gives people the opportunity to step into the shoes of someone else.
Indonesia faces a long-standing intolerance cases fueled by prejudice and a lack of intergroup trust. The Silent Foundation supports Christian in developing inclusive school spaces where students from diverse backgrounds gather, make friends, and collaborate together. The Silent Foundation supported Christian to conduct Breaking Down the Wall in Solo, Palu, Bandung, and Makassar. This is where the Silent Foundation support has been invaluable. Their commitment has allowed us to expand the program, reach more communities, and provide high-quality training for educators and local leaders.
I would say if you want to do something, do it well. More recently, we had started funding what we call refugee relief. This is, I think, something which had come up, especially in recent years with so many conflicts.
JRS is an international organization that seeks to accompany, serve, and advocate the cause of refugees. We came into contact with the Silent Foundation 4 or so years ago. We share many values: desire to advocate for others, our deep desire to work in solidarity, in community, and to help the most vulnerable populations is really what has brought us together. Since 2017, many Rohingya from Myanmar have been forced to flee their home. We work together with the Silent Foundation to receive Rohingya and other forcibly displaced in the area, specifically in Aceh. The support from the Silent Foundation can achieve something as vital as helping a mother feed her child and a young man work towards becoming a doctor.
I started Silent Foundation with the idea so-called do good. When I actually running the foundation, I realized just doing good is not sufficient. I begin to realize it's far more important to get good impact. And good impact is not just giving money. How you do it is very important.
I think going forward, we want the Silent Foundation to really be leader or significant player in these areas of environmental conservation and racial and religious harmony. So, as I mentioned, we are going to do projects on a larger scale for multiple years and so on.
I know people are helping me, and I think it's my turn. Chinese have a saying, 饮水思源. So you drink the water, you need to know the source, and and also回馈社会. You take from the society, you should repay. Helping others is not just making others people happy, and not just doing good to others. Actually, you're doing a lot of good to yourself. You feel more fulfilling, more at ease, and a happier person. I like to encourage more people join the philanthropy world. You will be rewarded for your own well-being as well when you're doing good to the others.
Mr. Teng, Matthew, and the Silent Foundation.
15 years of Silent Foundation means 15 years of impact.
And you continue to care and continue to walk with us, and I can't thank you doesn't cover it.
Thank you for being the hope. Thank you for being the belief that we can make a difference.
Thank you so much for your great support for this generation in Indonesia.
So I must thank the Silent Foundation for really coming alongside those who are wanting to make changes within society, even if the area is not something that's so popular.
Happy birthday to the Silent Foundation for its 50th anniversary.